Hi, Joe Stowell here. Thanks for clicking and dragging yourself all the way to Strength for the Journey. You know, in a world that is so often disappointing, there's one word that really rings true. The word? It's hope. Hope is one of the great gifts that God gives to us. The hope of His mercy and His grace. I think of Psalm 51:1, where the psalmist writes, "Have mercy on me, O God, according to your unfailing love. According to your great compassion, blot out my transgressions." Talk about something to hope in. Hey, that's huge. Any Star Wars fans out there? If you are, you remember the opening scenes of the first movie, which began with a laser battle between a little spaceship, you know, the good guys, and this huge, ominous Imperial Star Destroyer. You guessed it, those are the bad guys. Well, the camera cuts to the inside of the ship, and we see Princess Leia and her loyal fighters quickly overpowered by Darth Vader and his minions. The situation is dire, and our heroine has time only to pass a message on to her faithful robot, R2-D2, who is then jettisoned to safety on a nearby planet along with his uptight buddy, C-3PO. The droids end up in the care of Luke Skywalker, who discovers Leia's message.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. You're my only hope.
You know, that little phrase encapsulates David's plea in the first verse of Psalm 51. After fighting a year-long battle against the forces of darkness in his own heart, he had reached a point of desperation. Finally, he admitted that he could not overcome the guilt of his sin by his own cleverness, charm, or position, nor could his inner turmoil be quieted by a clever spin from some PR department. In the face of the mess he had made of his life, adultery, deception, and murder, he was left with only one hope, a plea for mercy from God who held all the cards regarding David's cleansing. You know, I have to tell you, whether it's the overwhelming forces of life's struggles or the guilt of our sin, our only hope is that God, in His mercy, will forgive and deliver us. As David writes in Psalm 42:11, "Why are you downcast, O my soul? Put your hope in God." You see, the good news for David, and for those of us who need to come to this same tipping point in our walk with Christ, the good news is that our hope is never misplaced when we place it entirely and completely in God. And our confidence in His willingness to bestow delivering mercy is grounded, as David said, in the fact that God is a God of unfailing love and great compassion. David said it best when he penned the words of Psalm 25:3. "No one whose hope is in you," David said, "will ever be put to shame." I love that. So, in the midst of the turmoil of life and in the mire of our own sinfulness, one simple prayer offers us the promise of rescue and deliverance. Help me, Lord Jesus. You are my only hope.